Quite a few people that are in here now, right? And if I remember, I could be missing some names, but we got Nicholas DeOrio that's unbanned in the Discord. We have Bo Blacks of all people in the Discord. We have
This guy does Minecraft.
who else we have? I got Pupstar's back with the intro and roll. Copper
Is
Cooper.
Copper's back.
He's
I
still
like
in it to win
Copper.
it. Yeah. Yeah. I could go around and around with that dude just arguing. It'd be hilarious. But and then obviously there's the massive long list of names that have been unbanned that Rush put in. So
Oh yeah, lots of people are back. Pirate's
back. Yep. It's wild. Like I kind of understand what's happening because sometimes it depends on the severity of the crime, right? Like I believe he said on Test or on like Balls or whatever that I guess him and Vault the Pork came to an understanding, and as long as there's no promoting in the server for like her shit, then they can be here.
Right.
So
I think that's fair. Sure,
yeah,
whatever. Sure.
yeah, like
Let them in. Let me bully them. Just kidding. Let me shit on them. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'll be nice. For now.
like I think Nick Stone's back. I think Supple Horse is back.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it's literally everything's about to get turned on as fuck.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with more of the LCU stuff as always. I didn't really do a weekend stream because I felt like there was really no reason to. There wasn't really a lot that I can do or cover, and I was really more or less focusing on the Dorp stuff and a lot of other things. And obviously with the BBU and all that crap happening, so I was more focused toward that direction. Now, maybe this week, maybe I'll get back to doing more of the LCU weekend stuff. So I do apologize if there wasn't a weekend stream video this week. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. So if you're not aware right now, currently in the LCU, they have mass unbanned a bunch of people. At the same time, they have also invited a lot of YouTubers. Where this guy does Minecraft is one of them. Copper, Cove, or whatever his name, the ginger guy. Nick the Oreo is one of them. A lot of names, right, ranging from commenters to gamers, are slowly entering the LCU, and it's been causing sort of a shakeup among the, I guess you can say, the first generation of hosts, right? I think that this is how I'm gonna explain it. You got first generation hosts who are basically like, Keemstar, Boogie, Wings are first generation hosts, right? They are the OG. Second generation are like your Becky, your Nightmare, people from season 2, season 3, and some extent season 4. And then your third generation of hosts are going to be people who are like YouTubers and who are a little bit more well known among their community that would bring in more people. And we did see that later on today in lolcowcafe, and we will get to it when we get to it. Now, background, this is something quite interesting that I kind of sort of agree, well, not really agree, but nevertheless, let's look at the take anyway.
And they were talking about leaderboards and all this other shit. And then Keem went into the back end and he saw our numbers. And the man literally screamed, "Oh my God," because we are doing shit.
Well, shit compared to like last month. You know what I mean? Last month we were doing pretty well. But this month, it's been a little bit of a bumpy, rocky road, if you say.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's a bumpy ride.
Is what it is. So I mean, if we got 9 more days left in a month, 9, 10.
What do you think? You remember how Keem was saying a while ago about having like A tier shows and B tier shows run at the same time and have kind of like a competition? What if that is what's brewing right now? What if he gets like the YouTubers, like the heavy, like big names as like the A tier show hosts, and then he has like, people like us that are like, less known down at like the B tier shows? What if he does something like that?
The only way that would work, in my opinion, is if how can I say this right? If he changes the standard on what he makes a successful show. Because, like, let's just be honest. I'm just throwing names out here. I don't know if this is true or not. Don't hold me to this. Let's say me and you go up against Faux Blacks, right? That has so much, like, heat and, like, eyes on that dude or whatever. On that person, like, straight up. It's going to be bad. And people are going to want to watch that train wreck, right? It is what it is. So as long as I think if there's like an understanding of like what it really is, and as long as we're not really expected to like outperform them, it's in the beginning, right? In the beginning, like eventually, you know, graduate and get like goals or whatever. That's the only way I see that working. But you know, I'm not the puppet master.
You are just the puppet. I'm the puppet of the farmer. Okay.
All I'm here to do is press start streaming, go live.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for the host to compete with YouTubers, even if they're not the biggest or the well-known. They have an audience that will, that will attract a lot of people, haters and lovers of all kind. People like Ballback, the Oreo, and people like that. If Keemstar is able to capture that audience, he is able to, in my honest opinion, succeed. And I believe that a lot of the has-been YouTuber are kind of borderline local, and they are like one step to being local anyway. So in a way, he's already trying to capture, domesticate these people to become local down the line. And as well, that anytime they get into any kind of drama, it's going to be brought onto the LCU, which is going to, generate a lot of money and a lot of viewership and get a lot of traction. But I'm very surprised that he took this long to do, but I think it was all about timing, right? I think that a lot of YouTubers from 5-6 years ago are going through a downward trend. Even YouTubers from 10 years ago are experiencing a downward trend. So where do they go? They go to someone like Keemstar where they can get a job. But it's funny because I remember watching a video a long time ago. I can't remember the guy's name, where he explained that what ends up happening for a lot of mid-rank YouTubers is that they make a lot of connection. They work with a lot of the bigger YouTubers on the down low as actual workers, and through their connection to these bigger, more well-known YouTubers or even streamers, they end up getting like white-collar jobs due to nepotism or being very close friends with these people. And I think that's what's going on. A lot of these YouTubers, a lot of these streamers, they're realizing that they're not making money by themselves anymore, or they need somebody to come in and defend them. So Bull Blacks would go to a Keemstar, or Copper going to LCU. And we're seeing that in number. Now, I do see that there may be a potential A show and B show, where the A show is kind of made up like some of the Discord people, which is your second generation, and then some of the third generation, which is obviously your YouTubers. And then you have a B show where all the other Discord people go to and they compete with the, obviously they're not going to compete against the A show. There's no way they could. Which means my job is going to be a whole hell of worse. Which means that I'm going to have to break up. If there is a B show or B team, Jesus save me, because my work would never be done.
I don't trust our leaderboards. I think some fuzz going around. Let me just look at the back end. Okay, so Cafe. Oh my God, you're right.
Yep.
Holy.
Yeah, I don't mean to dog on them because they're doing bits as well. They're doing great content. But like bro, like you're coming at us with number 5.
It'll be an energy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's no secret we haven't been doing too hot, and the beginning of the month it was horrible. Like it's just straight up horrible, and we come here, we do a show, and like not gonna lie, when we dropped all of the goals and all that shit, like we did a lot better. We just focus on the content, like Keem said, revenue, focus on the content. So that's what we did. And you guys have been amazing supporting us since we've been focusing on the content. It's a little weird's the wrong word. It's a little interesting. Keem has said multiple times, don't focus on money, focus on being better content creators. And that's what we've been trying to do.
Like focus on views, subs and everything.
Yeah. So our views have gone up, our concurrence gone up, our sub count has gone up, and I'm always seeing new faces in chat just talking, right? So it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But, like literally right now, we're probably at this point, we've done probably 25% of what we did last month. Just to put that into perspective.
I know, which is crazy.
Yeah, but it is what it is. And depending on Biggie, thank you for the one gifted, bro. You're one of our crowns. You're a massive supporter. Sandman, please thank Biggie for the membership. Like, I know we have a lot of diehard.
In the end of the day, and this is something I would tell anybody, regardless, keep pushing forward and never give up. And that's something I can respect with Cafe, that no matter how much they've been dogged on, no matter how much they've been beaten down, I respect their resilience And I really respect Ken on that front, right? I think if anything, I'm quite nice to Ken and really the cafe people. Though I have had my criticism in the past. I'm not gonna lie, I've had. In the end, giving up is pointless. Why should you give up? Why should you submit to your defeat or be fatalist? I mean, maybe in some regard, being a little bit of fatalism isn't too bad. But they've done their best, and they have been doing. I mean, yeah, the numbers in terms of memberships and downloads are not the best, but a lot of shows have not been the best lately. And I think that's one of the main reasons why Keemstar decided to do a mass on banning. What? Okay, maybe it was a little ridiculous. Maybe he had a bit of post nut clarity. There you go. And maybe things are going to get better. And maybe things are. Hey, you know what? Things have been kind of crazy across the board, not simply on the LCU, but just in a whole other networks, right? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. But yeah, here's my advice, and I think hopefully, I mean, Ken probably will watch this. Don't give up, dude. Fight on to the very end. That's what you gotta do. Gotta keep fighting. I'm fighting. If it wasn't me fighting and believing in myself, I wouldn't probably be here right now with the amount of subscribers and people that watches me. And as always, thank them. Always remember to thank the fans who enjoy your content. Let's move on to the next show.
And I am so lucky to be able to call you my friend, and I'm glad that like we get to do this show together now.
I love that. I love you, and I'm
I
so
love you
lucky to
too.
have you as a host and as a friend. I love you so much. A co-host, sorry, but but getting back into it, my reaction to Glammy, the reason why I wasn't crying or upset
Laura
was
is okay
because
with TTS.
you know,
$9.99. Have a great at first show, ladies.
Laura,
Welcome, Emily.
thank you.
thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate it, and I know Desi appreciates it as well. But go ahead, let's get back to you there.
Okay, so my reaction, I wasn't sad or crying because I kind of just like, I knew she had a lot going on. I knew finding a place with her man was gonna be a lot on her. So, you know, she just wasn't fully in it for the show. So I just, and then once I knew you were working with me, I was like, so hyped. Like, this is awesome. So, you know, that's why I wasn't crying. But Glammy, I love you. I miss you. You were such an amazing person to work with. I'm honored to have that with you, and I miss you, but you're awesome. And I know you'll be back here soon.
And Glammy, I don't really know you, but like, I hope whatever you're going through, you're able to figure it all out. You're able to find that housing situation with you and your significant other.
So yeah, this is the new replacement. So from what I understand, that this is actually a content creator. Glammy won't be back for a bit of time, and obviously being left. So this is who I believe her name is Emily Skelton. Hopefully I said her last. I'm probably didn't say her last name right, or he or she. I'm not sure if this person is transsexual or not. I do apologize if I come off as a little whatever. I guess I don't know. I've never met this person. I'd say I've never met a lot of these people, but I don't really know who she is offhand. So yes, she's transsexual. Interesting. She or he or whatever has an interesting history. Interesting. So yeah, this is our new host for the This is one of the new hosts for the LCU, a content creator, an actual content creator. It's actually in the LCU for once, and oh boy, I think it was causing a lot of shakeups because if you got this one person, who's next? Who else is next?
Somebody said Desi out here making all the hosts cry. Glock,
Glock
this was
Shadows,
thank you for the
sorry.
$1.99. No, this was my fault. This was 100% my fault for making myself cry.
No, you got me. You had me tearing up over there with you. I was. Yeah.
But you know, man, it's a regret I have. And then you know when he got sick, I remember just shooting a text off. You know, not knowing if he had my number blocked or whatever. He may have not. But I remember I shot him a text. I was just like, bullshit aside, I hope and wish you the best with all your health, because he was going through so much. And I sent that as because I know what he always was trying to do for me and my health. And
So it looks like that she was going through her history, her life, her mental problems, and so on and so on. And thanking people like Keem and all these people for, helping her to save her life and all that fun stuff. It's interesting to see an actual genuine content creator, or at least somebody of that caliber, join the LCU. And I think something like this is a step in a different direction. I'm not sure if it's the right direction or the worst direction, but nevertheless, we are going to see a major shift. Right, I believe if you're a well-established host, you have a strong fandom, you get money every single day, you get memberships. I think for some extent, you're safe. I mean, Keemstar even said like, it's nightmare safe, possibly, but he needs to get his shit together. It's canon back row safe, possibly, as long as they get their shit together. So I think that we're looking at sort of a template, but I don't think isn't the only one. We're looking at a template of what's to come in the future. Whether that's a couple days or a couple weeks or even like a month or two, we're looking at a template of the future. And I think that's important to understand. But we'll have to wait and see how things play out in the new age of the LCU, this new saga. Or really this sort of, I'm trying to think. What else?
He didn't even show me that. Can we get some huge who did that?
Me.
You made that?
Yeah.
Dude, that is so good. W's in the chat for Buff.
I care about my fans. I care about my show, and I care about my job, and I care about my co-host. I'm here to fight. I will not go gentle into that good night, my friends. I don't give if it's dolls, Test, Aussy, whoever goes against us and make sure that we are not safe, you will be destroyed. You either ally with us or you are done. We got a Minecraft dude that beat the shit out of his wife. We got all types of people. We got a transgender doll. We got Copper Cab. We got all types of these niggas think they can come over here and take my job. Me, I don't give a. So I'm letting you know, evil weeb is here to stay, and I hope that you guys understand.
For shizzle my nizzle don't.
Bro, we had jiggle physics on Aussy last night. Me and her were having the most race, funny, baby show I've ever had in my life. So I'm letting you guys know, the more 50s we get, the more black I will get, and the more N-words I say. I don't give a fuck. You have to come up here and tell me to stop. You're going to have to come tell a black man to stop saying the N-word, Keem. Come up here. Tell me, feed me, with me, use me, please me.
Oh, Lord.
Are you good?
I was putting that on
I was about to start singing.
So the news is spreading really hard, especially with the nerd guys in the lolcownerd. Now, obviously, they're the most who are threatened. I'm not really sure about the Sky beating his wife. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm not here to make that allegation. I don't know how true that is. If it is true, sorry for that. If it is true, then damn, that's crazy. But then again, they have kid behind the camera, so what does it matter? Nevertheless, nevertheless, like, what are we like? I mean, it makes sense that the nerd people would be scared of actual YouTuber because they're going up against people who are competent at their job. You're going up against people who have an audience. Their job is very much threatened by this, right? Their job is completely threatened, and they have to do what they can to survive. Now, dropping the N-word that now I have to censor, cool. I'm surprised Keem didn't even come up and say anything to them, but hey, it is what it is. You know, in my head, I'm just like, well, here we are. Here we are now. Here we are in this crazy madness of the world we live in. Oh boy, it's never gonna end for me. It's never going to end for me.
We've put training wheels on you. We put you with multiple different people. You're not getting it.
But I did a good show today. We had a really good one today. Beans just left. Everything got all messed up.
Oh no, Beans left. You know how to run the OBS. You've ran multiple streams. There is no reason to have a mental breakdown on stream unless you're unprepared. You're mentally unprepared to do the job.
No, wait, that's not fair. I had a story that I was really, really passionate about. And I had a full entire situation that I had a beautiful message in between. And I really, really loved the story. But as I was telling it, I ended up not feeling the story anymore. And that's what happened. And on top of everything else.
The struggler 340 super
really
chatted $27.08. Sometimes the best thing to do is the hardest thing to do. She needs some time to sort herself out.
Dude, I need dolls cooking. I need dolls to be successful. And you're holding the show back. You don't have it. After 6 months of training and working with all these different people, you're not delivering it. Your idea of a good show is like the worst content creator ever, right? You're not good. You're not.
Okay, so that's like pretty much the bulk of it. That's like primarily everything that you needed to hear. So she's off for 90 days at the moment, and he said he doesn't want to see her like in the chats, nothing. He wants her focusing on herself. And to be honest, she needs to do that. She's got so much going on in her real life. She needs to go do that.
Man, for that, did you hear her sound like she had a gun to her head in Minecraft? This bitch was begging like somebody was about to like murk her. She was like, please don't, please, like, just no, please. I just need to give me some more time. We'll get you the money, I promise. The family's been nothing but good to me. Like, what the f is going on? It went from begging for your life.
I can imagine it's hit Zay pretty hard since Zay did put a lot of time and effort to helping Glammy. It's very interesting because you gotta remember, both Glammy and Zay started around the same time. Same thing with a bunch of other, not bunch, but they started around the same time. And it's kind of, I can imagine this must have hit Zay in a much more personal, I mean, it did actually, so there's that. But nevertheless, yeah. Glammy needed to be let go and leave. It kind of was important. It was a necessary plus, and I will always stand by that, right? And even like Zay said, like, yeah, she needs to focus on her own personal life, because I have a feeling that Zay knows more about what's going on in Glammy's personal life than anybody else. I would imagine that she has to know what's going on, what's happening, and the tribulation that Glammy Lammy is going through in her own personal life. But again, we still have more things to cover.
To her, but Zay Zooted. Nightmare.
Yeah, I just said
like
on
these,
chat.
I like these people, and these people have been dedicated and loyal and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't like you, right? I'm just saying who I personally don't find as entertaining. Zay, Nightmare, Cafe has moments where they're incredibly boring and other.
Okay, so that was like the main part where they talked about me. He said good thing after that. He said he has moments where they're incredibly boring and then moments where they're also really good. So that's the first thing that he said.
Kind of every show though.
Now, I think a lot of people thought I was gonna get like really pissed or like really nervous when I saw this, but it was actually kind of the opposite. I'm the type of person, and I've said this before, I'm not going to be entertaining to everybody. The same way that there's half of the hosts in the LCU I find boring as shit. Every 20, I'll call one out if you guys want to know who they are. But we all are entitled to our own opinions. You can say whatever you want about any of the shows. The same way that I think lolcowlive's content got boring for a while, to be honest, and everyone was too scared to call it out. But I'll say that shit right now. It's getting better. It's definitely getting better than what it was. But nobody wanted to call that shit out for a fat minute. I'm at the point where we'll just start calling shit out. I feel like Keem, part of the reason he thinks that I was boring is because I came into this universe with a lot of fire and I took a bit of a step back. But I'm going to start bringing that fire again. I'm just going to start saying my opinions and not putting on kid gloves anymore. I'm going to keep it for real. And to be honest, I think CD is a better host on live than Rastov is. Rastov and Billy, though, are killing it on balls. I feel like
Now, I've made my opinions very clear about Zay. I'm not the biggest Zay fan. If anything, I've asked, unless I'm not the biggest Zay fan, you'd be very surprised how often I've complimented on Zay. To the point where I was straight up say, like, hey, Zay has her problems. I'm not the biggest fan of Zay. At the same time, guess what? I think Zay, every so often, can be entertaining. I think especially when she's able to sit down and like do a deep dive and really get into the nitty gritty of all of this, right? That's what I would say. Like, I know maybe that's a controversial take, but I do firmly believe that that Zay is the individual. If you let her go deep dive, I think she does a better job. I kind of do want to know what's her opinion on the other hosts. I kind of do agree with the Rasov thing. Yeah, I agree with that. And I do hope, right, because there's a part of me that wants to see these people succeed. But also, as a very deeply pragmatistic guy, and yes, I am putting the microphone very close. I like to milk them, especially because how much a local they can be. But in all seriousness, rising tides, everybody rises. You know what I mean. You know what I'm implying. You know what I'm about. I try to be fair, but also pragmatist. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Jeremy is right. I'm a lot more objective than I want to believe. Oh, but we're not done yet. One more clip, because a lot kind of happened on Nerds. Honestly, when something happens on Nerds, Nerd takes up a lot of my videos. That's a funny thing. Like, Cafe Nerd takes up a lot of my time sometimes because there's always something happening. And that's the one thing I can say. Like, Nerds does so much that, like, there's literally times where I'm like, I should do a whole separate video on Nerds and Cafe because they cover so much, and I think they do a good job, regardless if I like you or not, because you could still respect somebody's work even if you don't like them. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, when did I blame them, though?
I didn't say them specifically. Here's the clip.
But
Watch.
you don't know. I'm blaming everyone. So it's like,
but guess who's below us?
I don't
right
need to
now?
watch. I know what I said
Doll,
yesterday.
Tactile, Aussie, Reaper and Balls don't count, right? Because they're new, right? That's fair, right?
Yeah, but Dolls is brand new. It's Desi, and it starts tomorrow.
You named like every other show there except for Reapers and Balls. In the earlier clip that we played on the show, you said you kept getting Tards as co-host. It is blaming everybody but yourself.
Yeah. No, I got a Tard as a co-host. That's not everybody. That's one person I blamed. GG.
What?
One person. We're talking about one person. We're talking about Ultra.
That
That's one person. That's
still
not
makes
everybody is
it
there.
that you are
No,
blaming
it's not everybody.
every...
Though is there. No, it's
okay.
not. No, one
so you're
person.
blaming every other show and Ultra but yourself. Let's clear
No, I'm
that
not
up.
blaming every other show. I'm not blaming every other show.
Everybody calls Ultra a dud, but like you really can't blame you couldn't say that people I'm sorry. As your friend, I don't agree with this whole thing that his content was milked by the time he got here.
No, I mean
You gotta enjoy how Tess and Nerve will always keep fighting like siblings. I think at this point, their fighting is very sibling-like. I don't know why. Like, I mean, at one point, literally, Nerve and Tess were around the same block hour. So, and I enjoy it, honestly. Let's be real. I think the fact that they can do stuff like this constantly and it never gets boring is entertaining. Like, I honestly do believe that Tess and Nerds rely on each other a lot more than they're willing, right? Because it's almost every other week or every 2 weeks, there's always some drama between Tess and Nerd. And I firmly believe that, I firmly believe that without Nerd and Tess, I don't think they would have survived as long. Because they do desperately need each other, like a weird symbiotic relationship or this weird sibling-like relationship. Maybe some of y'all agree with me, some of y'all disagree, but I firmly do believe in that opinion of mine. Let's move on, though.
So 30 gifted memberships will open it up for the Grays. Can I get 250K? That would be nice. Just saying.
And speaking of content, things on that end were also pretty shaky, as the IRL content that Sky and Team Crafted expected to be putting out wasn't coming together whatsoever. The content very quickly was trailing off, and everyone was realizing this was unsustainable as a business model. Conflict very quickly came to a head when one member, Seto, was kicked out for basically being unwilling to show his face and participate fully in the IRL content. Another member, Tai, stood against this and was also excluded.
While the haze of the gaming YouTube golden age was a hard one to see through, it became clear that Sky was a much less amiable person than he appeared to be, and was willing to drop others without hesitation, despite them supposedly being friends.
Okay, I gotta drop this down to normal. I'm sorry. I usually can go speed, but I feel like this is too fast for y'all.
In March 2014, Sky left, citing no reason for his departure, which raised many eyebrows.
No longer in Team Crafted before any drama starts. No, I wasn't kicked. No, I don't hate them. No, there's no reason. Yes, we're still friends. So he's saying he just upped and left. Okay.
This is where one of the major chess pieces that would eventually culminate in Sky's total undoing would enter the scene, Alessa. Growing increasingly friendless, Sky decided to reach out to his crush from school, obviously now being in a much more favorable position to impress her than he was during his school years. Alessa replied, informing...
Yeah, so Xylee goes into a lot of what is it? I can't remember his freaking name. The guy's name, you know who I'm talking about. He goes into Sky Does Minecraft. There he goes. Xylee goes into Sky Does Minecraft and goes watching documentary after documentary, his relationship to Keemstar, and a lot of his past. And then later on, she makes a good point saying that there's really no such thing as a normal YouTuber, which I 100% agree that there is no normal YouTube insensely, right? There isn't. Whether or not Sky works out or not, we'll have to wait. You know, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. If he is becoming a new host or he's just joining up the LCU as maybe like a side network or something, we'll have to wait and see. Now, I did know that Keemstar said that he's looking for a host for Xylee, and I've always will still stand that Xylee should focus on the new show and not focus on anything else, right? Like Xylee should just focus on doing her new show, and I believe rewinds should be completely overhauled or just somebody else to come in and replace them. Especially, I think fans, in my honest opinion, should come in and replace Xylee in her own personal show. So, that's just a hot take of the week for me. Now we are gonna move on to Balls, but Balls is playing as I'm recording it, so we're gonna wait a little bit of time though. So till then.
Makes him someone who, like, we can see his faults. We know that he's not very good at being human, but he takes being kind to like the ultimate degree when he doesn't have to. Like there's even a turning point in the movie where he realizes that his entire life might have been built upon a mistake or a lie. And it's like heartbreaking to him because he's been maybe the good boy act was not what was intended for him. And it's like, nah, dude, it is what it is, pussy.
I want to talk about the Kents, but I'll just catch up on this dono. Seth Look said originally Superman couldn't fly, he just jumped hella far. Any version of Superman that can fly is going against the original intent of the creators. I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, the original creators, they created them, in the 30s, right? So they were dumb as hell. Everything.
Aliens can't fly.
Anything that exists.
We are back with some balls. So before we go further, I didn't realize it because I must have missed it, or barely with like the last 10 to 20 minutes on Lolcow Reapers. Apparently, Xylee is giving up Reapers to Copper, which makes sense, right? Obviously, quote unquote Copper. When we get into Rewind, we'll get into Rewind because they go into more in depth about it. That's what probably the interesting part of Rewind was, in my opinion, was the whole Copper situation. Now, I think Xylee willingly gave up Reapers just because because it didn't really matter. Like, I think if people were genuinely sad or surprised, it's like, dude, it was kind of part of that little script they were kind of going with. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if Copper probably told them all right, well, I want to do this, you guys can do this, and then obviously behind the scene they were actually making a real agreement, and obviously so it would be easier, right, to just play it up and everything than actually go through it. Actually, to be fair, it would be easier to explain the boring stuff to everybody, but they're like, nah, let's actually make it fun and exciting, and they did. And I'm not gonna lie, the show was actually pretty fun. Copperhead, Copper Snake, whatever you want to call him, so got it. Balls really talked about Superman. I kind of ignore what I can because I haven't watched the Superman movie and I'm kind of excited, but I've heard a lot of mixed stuff, but let's continue to live.
Some people will be getting fired, but I think I have a safety net for those people. But I'm not prepared to announce it now.
What? Tell what?
I'm not prepared to announce it now. I'm just saying I think I have a safety net for those people.
And when do you think you can transition that from you think to you know?
I know
I'm
I have.
safe.
I know I have a safety net.
Oh, great. Thanks,
I'm-
Player's Guide.
I don't need a safety net. I'm safe here, right? I'm safe here. I ain't going nowhere. You ain't replacing me with Nicholas Oreo. No flopper cab, right?
I'm just saying. Do you really think I'm going to be the host of LolCowlive forever?
No, man. I figure you got another year in you at least. Come on.
At some point, I got to step away. And we got to put someone else right here that can do the Keemstar job.
It better be McJuggernuggets. It better be Michael. It better be a Keemstar. Otherwise, dude, I tried while you were gone this weekend. I tried my damnedest to talk into a microphone and be entertaining. I'm not good at hosting. I preach.
So, obviously, if you didn't hear, Keemstar may or may not leave. Now, he said this in the past. He said it last year, right around when Tommy C left. He was looking for a replacement, and obviously that didn't happen because as he was looking for a replacement, right, whenever that was a little bit of time where he disappeared, it was like kind of right around Halloween time, post-Halloween, pre-Thanksgiving. Good old Keemstar decided to take a bit of time, but he was also they were looking for a substitute. Apparently, funny enough if we think about it, Becky come from that period of time, that first generation of the LCL, or the LCU, really. Really, it's more like pre-LCL. Now, I think because of that whole situation, and with the birth of LCU, Keem never took the chance to find somebody who could come in and replace it. I mean, to be fair, that's when the show would transition to something that was like every other week to now becoming like a multiple type of show every single day, and it was focusing more on live stream rather than pre-recording. But now with things moving in a different direction, they are going. I think Keem probably wanted to take a backseat and focus more on the behind the scenes stuff. But to explain why he's looking for a content curator, but to explain why he's also maybe trying to develop a second show, with maybe why he's letting Becky do her little Becky Boo show, because obviously he wouldn't let her go, but I think the Becky Boo stuff is sort of a test run of a separate universe based off other lolcow, just because we know they're still working with each other. But, obviously I already covered that in a video, so I won't really cover this here. I'll probably touch on it just a little bit, but besides that, we got some stuff to talk about with this relating to they zooted. So let's move on to that, actually.
The same place.
Regardless, I didn't say it was lingerie. I said you're selling Victoria's Secret. I don't care what
you're
they
trying
sell.
to make it into something.
Then let's back it up. Let's back it up. You have an Amazon wish list selling shit to your fans outside of the LCU, and it makes you look dirty and gross, and it looks like you're backstabbing us.
Let me clear something up. Other people have a PO box in the LCU. Okay.
They don't. And how many? Yeah, I have an address. People can send me shit. How many times do you see me there saying, "Hey guys, make sure to send me Victoria's Secret gift cards and Xbox gift cards"? No, I'm not asking for anything specific. They can send me a letter. How do they send you a letter through your Amazon wish list? How do they send you fan mail? That's what a PO box is for. It's for a letter. It's for fan mail. No, you are asking them to buy you shit. Period. If you don't have the brain that can tell the difference between a piece of fan mail and Victoria's Secret's gift cards, then you're dumber than you fuck, and you look pretty goddamn dumb.
You went to like the very last piece on my wish list because that's the very bottom thing.
Then Lego says also Lego. Who cares?
Now,
you are still telling them what to send, you retard. That's the difference.
Now let's stop. Now let's stop right there.
Send me fan mail. Hey, send me fan mail. Hey, buy me this Lego set for $500. You can't tell the difference between those two things?
Boogie, I've
Send
never
me a
once
nice letter. Send me a postcard. Spend $500 on me. You can't tell the difference between those two things?
So Boogie once again going after Zay Zooted as always. Over her having an Amazon wish list. I personally don't care. Like, all right, you know what? I'll say this: if a host has an Amazon thing, I really don't care as much. I just see it as whatever. I mean, obviously, obviously, if they were, I mean, they could probably have made a goal for a lot of this stuff, so it could have been prevented. I mean, she did promote it on top of that. I don't know. I personally don't care, but I can understand on a business and how this could be kind of a problem. On the other hand, if like maybe a friend or a group of friends, like, hey, can you make a wish list? We want to help you behind the scene. I think that shouldn't really matter. Right, I don't know. I feel like, again, if it was something like with friends and then Boogie, like, aha, well, here it goes. I found it. And then to reveal, like, oh, her friends were helping her out. So she created a wish list because her friends wanted to help her, especially those who were close. It's like, come on, it doesn't really matter. I could kind of understand where maybe, like, where Keem is coming from, but I don't even think Keem really cared that much. He was very much this interest, but he just kind of like, I'll roll with it because it's maybe fun and entertaining. And you gotta get props to Zay for being much more calm and relaxed rather than freaking out or yelling. Now, of course, after that, a little bit of Gidget comes in. Copperhead was supposed to come in, but that never ended up happening. Due to the whole, Becky stuff taking a bit of time, because Copperhead literally pops in the last second. So there's really not much I can really say, or could be said, or could be done. It is what it is. The Becky stuff, I already covered it, so if you want to go watch it, go watch it. Just the usual shit, as always.
You get out of my room.
Why don't you get some memberships and
Come on, get out of my room.
get some memberships and
Yeah.
wiggly for
You ain't pouring shit on me.
Knight
Yeah,
Rider. It was a Knight Rider. Thank you. See, imagine Gidget going to Dukes of
Night
Hazzard.
Rider was canceled. God
you know,
damn
you
you,
know.
just like that.
What?
David Hasselhoff was one of the best actor and driver in the world.
Let me see your hands.
Yeah,
You're not taking my hand.
I've seen him eat a cheeseburger really well. He and I would probably have a great date together. Oh my God! Did you see? Only Use Me Blade is in Discord, and he is an intern. Could you imagine? Chat. What do you think about me and Only Use Me Blade doing a stream together?
Albert, my back is so sore. You're gonna
that was
fucking
bad.
duct tape my hand?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Man.
I just was bored. I'm going back to my room for the next 10 hours.
What's happening to you? Why are you being? What's happening to you?
I'm
Tina.
bored. I'm bored.
He's. Please don't give. Oh God.
So now I gotta say like this.
Like you're praying.
Oh, that
laughing is just she's an intern because she kept calling me an intern like it was a derogatory term, like intern. It's like, bitch, you're an intern too now. How's it feel?
Yeah, and it's kind of funny to see. I love how people they use intern as a derogatory thing. Out of all the people in the LCU who want to do this, there are select few people who have an intern role. Okay, yeah, kudos to you. You got a host role immediately.
Right.
But getting it and keeping it are two different things.
True.
And you lost it just as quick as you got it. So, and now here you are sitting with an intern role. So, congratulations.
You better be
I hope that
underlying
PR
humble.
training worked, though.
Yeah. Let's see how that. Let's see how that happens.
So let's do a double feature. Queens. Most of Queens really was just them talking about the situation that happened over the weekend, particularly on Friday, with Gidget going full AP when she got extremely plastered. On the other hand, you got Chubby. Wasn't a bad show, but it suffered because it was competing against really 3 different shows. Queen Supreme, right? Did I say 3? I mean 2 other shows, my bad. So, it was in a position where it couldn't really succeed. I was more focused on the other 2 shows, and I went back and watched Chubby, and I'm like, hey, it's not a bad show. I just think that their show should have not been placed at a time like this. I'm not sure it was some type of sabotage on Mike or whatever, but probably not the best time to put in their show. But then again, I'm not the big guy. I'm not a manager. I'm just a clipper. I'm a detractor. I'm a recapper. Recapper. I'm never doing it again. I'm never doing that again. Right? That's what I am. That's really what I am. But yeah, it's gives you going on what is sobriety? Said that word wrong. Being sober. There you go. She's trying to be sober. Same thing for Tina. Not really gonna happen. They're probably gonna do now. Well, you know what? Let me be fair. Let me be fair. Whether or not Gidget does go full sober or not, let us see what happened. Let us be real to see what happened. If she does, she does. If she doesn't, she doesn't. I'm not in control. The Patriots are in control. Trust the plan. Let's see what happened. I'm here mostly for the ride. Again, they talked about the Becky stuff. Mike came in for a little bit of time. Yada yada yada. Not much happened. Let's move on to rewind. Really more for the copper stuff, if anything.
Say that you're retarded. The guy paid a dono to say that you're retarded. I don't agree with it.
Retarded.
You know what?
I don't agree with it.
I actually felt bad about this lady here because I'm like, I don't know what job prospects she has. I'm not trying to take everyone's jobs away because I'm not, I'm not an asshole. I'm not a bad guy. I get a bad rap online. I much like Keem, a lot of people are not fans of mine, but I'm really not a bad guy. I'm just a man. I'm just a man who demands respect. That's it. And that's all for 15 years on this platform, let's call it a platform, I have been disrespected. Again, for no reason. All I've ever done is see that. I'm not playing games.
You want Aussy.
I want Aussy. If you're only gonna give me one channel, I'm taking Aussy. I'm taking Aussy.
Okay, I can kind of do that. All right.
I don't like Twiggy. I don't like Twiggy.
Here's the deal. I'll give you the Reaper channel that will air on Aussy's time, meaning they're kicked out somewhere else. They got to go somewhere else. You can steal their time.
Do whatever I want on your network. I can do whatever I can talk about anything I want. I have full creative control.
Full creative control.
It's mine. I have the power.
You have the power.
Is he getting a co-host?
And I want mod in the Discord server so I don't get fined out by Gino.
Well, you'll be host. They can't. Once you're a host.
Okay.
Once you're a host, mods can't do anything to you.
I was about to say.
And you want me to drop the lawsuit against the entire network, but I just get one. So I don't take down everyone, but I get one.
You get one. Yep.
And I can drive it into the ground if I can literally just spend 3-hour streams taking a shit on the toilet. Doom scrolling.
2-hour streams, but yes.
2 hour. Okay, well, yeah. Less of a waste of my time, Gnome. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called you the G word. My apologies. That was wrong.
Yeah, you got to back up. We're so close to a deal. We're about to shake. Don't blow it up now. This is a good deal.
You're going to give me the Reaper, and I'm going to take down, and I get to take Aussy.
Aussy's time slot.
Aussy's time slot. Where does Aussy go then? Where does Winky go?
They're going to be pushed all the way to 2 a.m.
2 a.m. That's hilarious. Okay, well, I'll think about it, Keem. I think that we can come to some sort of an arrangement. I believe. I'm feeling my nipples are hard. I just took my piercings out a couple of weeks ago, and I think they closed up. Shut up, you bitch. I'm sorry. I'm not violent. I'm not violent.
You're gonna blow it, Zaylee.
I'm not violent. Yeah, you really are.
Copper,
getting real close.
We are so close.
And I'm changing the channel name. Reaper?
Yeah.
Stupid name. I don't know who can. Was it you? I think it was probably you. You're all cooked. You're fried, in fact. You're gonna need sunscreen because I'm gonna fry all of your ass.
So close. We shaking?
Fine, I'll take on it. Reaper. I want Reaper then. And I'm taking it, but I wanna Twiggy somehow. I'll do that. Yeah.
Well, you start tomorrow.
You're a bunch of bro. You realize who you're dealing with, right? Like I'm going to hurt you ultimately. Like your channel, not like you personally. I'm not a violent guy.
I don't think so. Person. I believe in you.
I'm sick of the live chat saying that shit too.
I believe in you. The fans might not, but I believe in you. I think you will do just fine.
I want everyone to realize I'm gonna bring up the. Can I? Do you care if I post screenshots of our emails? I want people to realize how serious this shit. I don't want people thinking that I'm settling because I don't lose. Meemaw did not raise a fat ginger. He raised a winner.
Nobody lost. We both agreed to both win. That's all. Nope.
Man, I love Copper. I hope he does well in the LCU. I really do. He's gonna shake some things up because just you don't know if he's playing a character. You don't know if he's being real. That's what makes it so fun. That you don't know if he's being real or not. And I think that's why I like it. You know, that's why I like it. It's like, come on, dude. Just imagine him interacting with Tina, who's gonna probably think like, okay, he's messing with me, but I know he is, so I'm gonna play with it, right? Right? Because Tina has experience with that. But can you imagine him going up against like Zay or even like Ken? Ken is so like straight face. He's just gonna be like, oh, I guess this is what we're doing tonight. Let's roll with it. Or somebody else. Like, we already see how he is. Like, with Billy. Billy's playing with it. Billy doesn't care. Billy, it's like, I know he's messing with me. I know he's trolling and rolling. Can't believe I'm using that phrase again. I know he's trolling and rolling with me, but like, let's go with it. Let's see what happens. And then obviously Xylee's like, why am I with these idiots half the time? But then she knows she's like, it's a paycheck. It's a paycheck. I mean, hey, if I got the, hey, you know what? Hey, Keem, I'll work with you if you want. Oh boy, let's continue onwards. Let it yonder on.
Twiggy, what do you think about this thus far?
Better than sardines. Just go on. I need a minute.
Okay, I can keep going. Let me pull it up. Do you want me to pull up this first video, or do you want to go ahead and load it up so it has less lag? The first video that we've got to sort of pull up and give you guys sort of an idea of what the King Cobra is about is a message to my trolls, a video he posted on YouTube, and then we have some timestamps so you can hop around a little bit, but 6:18 is our first one.
I thought you were pulling it up.
Oh, I can pull it up if you want to.
You're not eating my sardines. Stop.
I didn't say anything, you dick.
I was talking to my cat.
You ready?
Hey YouTube. I'm getting some more comments on my videos and I'll learn not to care about them anymore because they're just a waste of time. You know? I'd like to read you some of the comments that I'm using. I mean,
they cover good old good old King Cobra, the biggest goth in all of I can't remember where he lives, and I really I can't remember. I also forgot I was supposed to cover Tech Talk, but I forgot about Tech Talk. Maybe I did cover Tech Talk. It's so late in the night actually, since because I woke up recently. So yeah. That was pretty cool covering King Cobra. Tess was on. Tess was gone. They kind of extended it over with Yo Mama. Yo Mama and Nightmare are doing pretty good. I think we can end it off here. I don't think we don't need to go too further than we need to now. Things are pretty good over in Tess. Not really much I can cover unless you people want me to. Maybe like next video I'll cover Tess as well. But I'm like, I think this is a good place to end. A lot of coverage. A lot of covers. Because I know I have other things to cover. All right, let's get to it.
I can't believe I did this for so long.
I know. How
Oh
the
my
fuck
god.
are we doing?
Yo, mama. Look at his fucking
Super
face.
chatted
I'm just
$5. 1. Talking about King Corv isn't new. 2. Within the LCU, Ken already recreated one of Cobra's recipe Twiggy and steak. Your stuff ain't nuked, foe.
Exactly. It's kind of crazy that they came up here talking about you're stealing. We just wanted to show 2 quick clips. It wasn't we was doing this for 2 hours. That's kind of weird.
We're showing the top 5 thing of macaroni, skin lettuce.
Super chatted
I fucking saw
$20.
it.
Our first daddy.
That's crazy, dude.
Your
Romance.
first daddy is crazy word, bro. What up, y'all?
How
Welcome back, Grim.
Oh,
What's going on, man? How you been?
Bro, it's been a crazy journey, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just been over here doing my own personal thing, you know, work and stuff. Shit, dude, I got really heavy into trading card games. I mean, some people already know this already that I because of Billy and Boogie, I get into like Magic the Gathering, but like heavy.
Leela
Like,
is
I'm
now a
spending
cash
a ton
cow.
of money.
Cow emoji. Leela celebrates 6 months.
So there you go. Kind of my mind's a good day. Went back. Yeah, Grim popped in Tess. That was fun for those who like Tess. So good thing. Is Grim's gonna come back and be a host? I really doubt it. I think you can just tell that he prefers to do his normal schedule rather than having to rechange everything again to suffer. So if he does become a host again, cool. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It is what it is. Not really much you can do, or it could be done in the end. I think I prefer. I mean, it would be kind of cool, but I kind of like Yo Mama and Nightmare more than I did with Grim. But I think there was a certain chemistry and dynamic with Grim and Nightmare. But we'll wait and see what happens. We'll wait and see it happen. It's happened. I can't speak. Damn.